we're doing homework corrections and 10 part 3. Write down the greatest value of this. Acha, so you already have this in completed square form. This part, no, sorry, not in completed square form, in r sine theta minus alpha form. So r came out to be 5. And then sine theta minus alpha came out to be 36.87. Okay. So let me just write that fraction here again. 1 over, instead of 4 sine theta minus 3 sine 3 cos theta, I'm writing 5 sine theta minus 36.87 and then plus 6 along with that. Okay. We need the greatest value of this fraction. If we want the greatest value, then the denominator should be smallest possible. Okay. A fraction is big. Walaikum assalam. If its denominator is small, for example, 1 over 10 versus 1 by 1000. Which of these is bigger? 1 by 10, because its denominator is smaller. So in order to make this fraction the greatest, we need to take such a value of 5 sine theta minus 36.87, which is the smallest possible value. अब इसकी smallest possible value क्या होगी? If I roughly sketch this graph, it's going to be a very rough sketch. वैसे वो translate हो रहा है x-axis पे right की तरफ, but I'm just going to plot the graph for 5 sine theta. What does the graph look like? It goes from 5 till minus 5. Okay? And it will be slightly shifted because there is a translation along the x-axis as well because of the minus 36.87. But we can just ignore that because we just need the magnitude. So the magnitude goes till 5 till minus 5. We need the smallest possible value on this curve, which is going to be minus 5. So instead of this, you're going to take the smallest value of this expression, which is minus 5. So 1 upon minus 5 plus 6 will be 1 upon 1, which is 1. So is that the answer? Yes. So the greatest value of this fraction is 1. Because we need to minimize the denominator. Or denominator में जो variable है, that is 5 sine theta minus alpha. And for that variable, the smallest possible value is minus 5. So we replace that with minus 5 plus 6 is 1. So 1 by 1 is 1. ठीक है, समझ आ गया अब?
जी मैम.
Okay. Okay. Anything else in the homework? Anything in question 11? Anything in question 12?
वो हो गई थी.
Okay. Fazil, what about you? Did you try the homework questions?
जी मैं सो गए थे.
Okay, great. So we're starting with 13 onwards. Full speed में जाते हैं. Let's just try to finish this today. Maximum class में करते हैं and what's left you'll do as homework. Okay. By expressing 8 sine theta minus 6 cos theta in the form r sine theta minus alpha, solve this equation. Okay, so we already know how to change the form. R is equals to square root 8 square plus 6 square, which is, I believe, 10. And then alpha is going to be sine inverse b by a, which is 6 by 8. Sorry, tan inverse, not sine inverse. Which is 36.86. So the new expression is 10 sine theta minus 36.86. Okay. And then we equate the left-hand side to 7. So we equate this to 7. Okay, now we're going to solve this for the domain 0 to 360 degree. Okay. So we've already solved such questions in AS. So we know first thing we need to do is that this argument is different and the range is, the variable in the domain is different. So first we need to make it the same. So we'll write y, let y is equals to theta minus 36.86. Just give me a second, please. Okay, so y is equals to this. So theta equals y plus 36.86. So we have 10 sine y equals to 7. And the domain is now 0 is theta is less than equals, greater than equals to 0. But instead of theta, we're going to write y plus 36.86 and less than equals to 360. Make y the subject in between. So minus 36.86 and 360 minus 36.86 is 323.14. Okay, now we can go ahead and solve it. Sine y equals 7 by 10, 0.7. Find alpha first. Alpha is equals to sine inverse 0.7, which is alpha equals, we're in degrees, sine inverse 0.7, which is 44.42. Okay. Now theta is positive, 7 by 10 is a positive value. Sine theta is positive, so that will be in the first quadrant and the second quadrant. So we have 44.2 here and 44.2 here. So the two values of y would be y equals to 44.2 and y equals 180 minus 44.2. What it's so actually 44.4. 44.427 and the other one is 180 minus 44.427. This is 427. Okay. So 180 minus 44.427 is 135.573. These are the two values of y. Now we're going to get the respective theta values. What is the relationship between theta and y? Theta is y plus 36.86. Let's use this. Use this and get theta. So theta is, I'm adding 135.573 and 36.86 first. That gives me 172.433. And for the other one, it's 44.427. plus 36.86. 81.287. कुछ गलत किया है. These are not the answers at the end. What has gone wrong? 44.4 is correct. And 135.5 is also correct. अच्छा सही है. Sorry, दोनों answers ठीक. Okay. So theta is correct to 1 decimal place. 81.3, and the other one is 172.4. These are the two answers of theta. Question 14. Any questions here? If not, then we start question 14. Solve the equation tan x, tan 2x equals 1. Give all solutions in the interval 0 to 180. All right. So we know this double angle formula for tan. So tan x times tan 2x can be written as 2 tan x upon 1 minus tan square x equals 1. So we have 2 tan square x equals cross multiplying 1 minus tan square x. So we have 3 tan square x equals 1. Tan x equals 1 by 3 square root plus minus. So tan x equals square root 1 by 3, which is 0.57735 with plus and minus. First, I'm going to find alpha, the absolute angle. For that, we take tan inverse of positive 0.57735. Tan inverse answer is 30 degrees. Okay. Tan is both positive and negative. Tan x is equals to 0.57735 and tan x equals negative 0.57735. Okay, so for this one, add sugar to coffee. Tan is positive in the first quadrant and the third quadrant. So 30 here and 30 here. And for this one, tan is negative in the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant. 30 and 30. However, our domain is between 0 to 180 only. So this is out of the domain. It's bigger than 180. This is also out of the domain. So the two answers would be x equals 30 and this is 150. X equals 150. If you have any questions, please ask. Okay, moving on. So that the equation can be written in the form tan square x plus 2 tan x minus 1 equals to 0. Okay. We need to show that this can be written like this. So we'll use the compound angle formula for tan, which would be, instead of tan 45 plus x, I'm writing tan 45 plus tan x upon 1 minus tan 45 tan x. You'll have this formula given to you in the formula sheet. Minus tan x equals to 2. Okay. What is tan 45? I believe it's 1. Yes, that's 1. So this would become 1. And this would also become 1. Okay. So this we have 1 plus tan x upon 1 minus tan x. And I'm sending plus minus tan x to the other side. So 2 plus tan x. Now we cross multiply. So 1 plus tan x, going to directly cross multiply 2 minus 2 tan x plus tan x minus tan square x. Let me just confirm 2 minus 2 tan x plus tan x minus tan square x. So we have, I'm bringing tan square x to the left hand side so that it becomes positive. Tan x cancels out, minus tan x goes to the left hand side, becomes plus 2 tan x, and 1 minus 2 is minus 1 is equals to 0. And this is what we were supposed to show. Got that. And solve this equation. So instead of this solving this equation, we're going to solve this hidden quadratic equation. So part 2. This is 1. Part 2. Let y equals tan x. So y square plus 2y minus 1 is equals to 0. We will have to use quadratic formula. Minus b plus minus b square minus 4. Sorry, b square is 4, not 4 square. B square minus 2ac upon 2a. Which gives 0.19258 and minus 5.1925. Okay, replacing y with tan y. Okay. Take tan inverse and find alpha first. Tan inverse 0.19258 and alpha equals tan inverse. For absolute angle, we take tan inverse of positive value, not of negative value. So what are the two alphas that we get? Tan inverse 0.19258 gives 10.9. and tan inverse 5.19258 is 79.099. It's right, 79.1. Okay, so tan is positive first quadrant, third quadrant.
मैम आपने गलती कर ली है एक।
कहाँ पे मुझे लग रहा है?
मैम आपने ये 2ac कर दिया इंस्टेड ऑफ 4ac inside the quadratic formula.
Oh, yes. Thank you for pointing that out. B square minus 4AC. लेकिन आई थिंक मैंने बाकी तो कैलकुलेटर से किया है, तो आगे नहीं गलती होनी चाहिए. लेट मी कंफर्म.
नहीं मैम, इसमें इरेशनल नंबर आंसर नहीं आता।
ओके, मैंने वैसे तो कैलकुलेटर से ही किया था.
क्योंकि अंडर रूट के नीचे 9 आ जाता है जो फिर 3 देता है आंसर।
ये मैंने कैलकुलेटर में भी कुछ गलत डाला है. लेट्स सी, दोबारा
बल्कि
कर.
मैम ठीक है, ठीक है।
1, ये कौन सा हम क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं? एक सेकंड. We're doing question 15. 15 में पता नहीं, मैं दोबारा कंफर्म करते हैं. I'm a bit confused as well. 1 and 2 and -1. हाँ, गलत आया. दोनों गलत लिखे हैं मैंने. ये नहीं आ रहा. -b plus -b square minus 4ac over 2 times a. ये तो ठीक हो गया, बट प्लस मैंने कैलकुलेटर में भी कुछ गलत किया. I'll fix all of that. This will take a while. So this,
मैम y की वैल्यू बता देता हूँ मैं।
हाँ, एक सेकेंड मैं पूछती हूँ. Let me just clear all of this. कंफर्म करना. It's 0.414 and -2.4142. I think yeah, okay. So tan x is equals to 0.41421 and tan x equals a negative 2.4142. Find absolute angle first by taking tan inverse of the positive argument alpha is equals to tan inverse positive 2.4142. Okay, so what are the absolute angles in both the cases? Tan inverse 0.41421 gives 22.49. I think now it's correct. Yes, 22.5 आना चाहिए था. 22.5.
मेरा पेपर एग्जैक्ट आंसर दे रहा है ये 22.5।
आपने वो उसमें सर्ड फॉर्म में लिया होगा, वो बेहतर है. सर्ड फॉर्म बेहतर है. 2.4142 मैंने ST प्रेस कर लिया था, बट जब सर्ड फॉर्म में आंसर आ रहा हो तो इट्स बेटर. एंड दिस वन इज 67.5. okay, so tan is positive in first and third quadrant. However, we will disregard the third quadrant as that's out of our domain. 0 to 180 is the domain. And here tan is negative in the second quadrant, 67.5. So one of the answers is 22.5 and the other answer is 180 minus 67.5. Because this is the second answer. Okay, so x equals 22.5 and x equals 180 minus 67.5, which is 112.5. Okay. All right. This was 15, 16. The angles alpha and beta lie in the interval 0 to 180 degree and are such that tan alpha equals to tan beta. Tan alpha plus beta is equals to 3. Find the possible values of A and B. So we'll start by expanding this compound angle by using the compound angle identity. Tan A plus B or alpha plus beta is tan alpha plus tan beta upon 1 minus tan alpha tan beta, and it is equals to 3. Now what we'll do is replace tan alpha with 2 tan beta. So this and this gets replaced with 2 tan beta. So we have 2 tan beta plus tan beta upon 1 minus 2 tan beta equals 3. So we have 3 tan beta here equals 3 times 1 minus 2 tan square beta. For simplification, I'm going to cancel this 3 and this 3. So I have 2 tan square beta plus tan beta minus 1 is equals to 0, which is giving us a hidden quadratic equation. Let me just quickly confirm 2 square beta plus tan beta minus 1 is equals to 0. Okay, so far so good. Now we're going to solve this hidden quadratic equation. Let tan b equals y. So we have 2y square plus y minus 1 is equals to 0. Which gives us y equals half, y equals minus 1. Two y minus 1 brackets, y plus 1 brackets equals to 0. So this can be solved using factorization. I will just confirm. 2, 1 minus 1. Yes, half and minus 1. Okay, that's correct. Now we're going to replace y with tan b. So tan b is half or tan b is minus 1. Find absolute angle. अब उसको alpha नहीं लिखते, I'm writing absolute angle would be tan inverse half and absolute angle is going to be tan inverse 1. We're in degrees, so this one is going to be 45 and this one is going to be, what is tan inverse half? $26.5. Tan is positive in the first quadrant and the third quadrant. So we have 26.56 here or 26.6 here and 26.6 here. And tan is negative in the second and the fourth quadrant. So we have 45 here and here. I think the domain was between 0 to 180. So we can ignore the angle in the third and the fourth quadrant. This gets ignored, this gets ignored. So one of the answers for beta is 26.56 and the other answer for beta is 180 minus 45, which is 135. So beta equals 135. Okay. We found two values of beta. We also need to find alpha. And what was tan alpha equals to? Tan alpha was 2 tan beta. We know that tan alpha is 2 tan beta. So tan beta हमारे पास क्या क्या आया था? एक आया था half और एक आया था -1. So then tan alpha is 2 times half and tan alpha is 2 times -1, which is 1 and -2. ये तो आ गया 45. Tan inverse 1 is 45. So alpha equals 45. And can we get this directly? Tan inverse -2. So absolute angle tan inverse 2 is 63.4. Absolute angle will be tan inverse of 2, because when we're finding absolute angle, we ignore the sign, which is 63.43, which is tan is negative here and here. I Thursday, but so alpha is 180 minus 63.43, which is 116.6. So these are the two values of alpha. And these are the two values of beta. If you have any questions, please ask. Okay. If not, then we start question 7. Solve the equation sine theta plus 45 is equals to 2 cos theta minus 30. Give your solution in the interval 0 to 180. Okay, so we're going to use the compound angle formulas for sine and cos. Okay. For sine, it is sine theta cos 45 plus cos theta sine 45 equals 2 times bigger brackets cos, compound formula is cos theta cos 30. Change the sign to plus sine theta sine 30. ले लें, पर अभी नहीं खाना, खाने के बाद sine 30. Okay. Sine theta cos 45 plus cos theta sine 45 equals 2 times cos theta cos 30 plus sine theta sine 30. Cos 45 क्या होता है? Under root 2 by 2. So we have under root 2 by 2 sine theta plus sine 45 is again under root 2 over 2. Cos theta equals cos 30 is what? 2 times under root 3 by 2 cos theta plus sine 30 is, I believe, half sine theta. So expand the brackets, 2 in the numerator and both the denominator gets cancelled. Under root 3 cos theta plus sine theta. And we have under root 2 over 2 sine theta plus under root 2 by 2 cos theta. Okay. I'm going to bring the cos terms to the same side, the sine terms to the same side, and then we'll change sine over cos to tan. So sine terms to the same side, under root 2 by 2 sine theta minus sine theta, and under root 3 cos theta minus under root 2 over 2 cos theta. Sine theta can be taken common, under root 2 by 2 minus 1 bracket sine theta is equals to under root 3 minus under root 2 by 2 cos theta. Then sine theta by cos theta can be replaced with tan theta, and this would be under root 3 minus under root 2 by 2 upon under root 2 by 2 minus 1. I'm going to enter all of this in the calculator, and I really hope कोई गलती नहीं हुई हो कहीं. Under root 3 minus under root 2 by 2 upon under root 2 by 2 minus 1. Decimal value आ रही है, let me check. Yes, सही आ रही है. So this gives tan theta equals negative 3.499377796. Of course, you don't have to write such a long value. At least 4 decimal places tak likhna hota. Okay. Next, I'm going to find alpha by taking tan inverse of 3.499. Alpha would be tan inverse of 3.49937, which comes out to be 74.05. Yes. However, tan was negative, which is in the second and the fourth quadrant. Our domain is 0 to 360, so this would be our answer, 180 minus 74.05. The answer is theta equals 180 minus answer, which is 105. 105.9 after rounding to decimal place. Question 18. Solve this equation, giving your answer in the interval theta, between the interval 0 to 360 degree. So let's take a look at this. I'm getting internet connection is unstable. I think it's better if I turn off video. Stop video. Ciao. Secant 2 thetas. We don't have any double angle formula for secant. but we do have it for sine 2 theta. So that's why I'm going to take reciprocal of cosecant. I'm going to write cosecant theta as 1 over sine 2 theta. So 1 over sine 2 theta equals, similarly, secant theta is the reciprocal of cos theta. So secant theta can also be written as 1 by cos theta. And cot theta is actually 1 by tan theta, and 1 by tan theta is then cos theta over sine theta. So I'm writing cos theta by sine theta. Okay. Let's take LCM on the right hand side. So we get sine theta cos theta and sine theta plus cos square theta. And the right hand side can be written as 1 over 2 sine theta cos theta from the double angle formula that you'll have in the formula sheet. Okay. Now, a very common mistake that students make, and often I end up making this mistake in haste, is student end up cancelling this and this. Sin theta cos theta दोनों साइड पे कैंसिल कर दिया. इससे क्या होता है कि थीटा के एक्चुअली मार्किंग स्कीम में 5 आंसर्स लिखे हुए हैं, but when you cancel these you lose 3 of the solutions and you just get 2 solutions and then you lose a lot of marks. So we're not allowed to cancel variables on both sides ever. Instead, we're going to cross multiply, bring everything to the same side, and then factorize. Okay. So sine theta cos theta equals 2 sine square theta cos theta plus 2 sine theta cos cube theta. Okay. Bring everything to the same side. 0 equals 2 sine square theta cos theta plus 2 sine theta cos cube theta minus sine theta cos theta. Now we can take sine theta cos theta common. And we have 2 sine theta plus 2 cos square theta minus 1 in the other bracket. Now, this means either sine theta is 0 or cos theta is 0 or 2 cos square theta plus 2 sine theta minus 1 equals 0. Okay. When is sine theta 0 in this interval? 0 to 360 degree.
0 और 180 में 180 में होगा.
0 पे भी 180 पे भी 360 पे भी वैसे होता है. Sine 0. I'm not using the alpha method here. वैसे ही मुझे इसका ग्राफ पता है. So sine is 0 at 0, then at 180, then at 360. However, in our domain, we're not supposed to include 0 and 360. So, because there's not an equals to sign here. So the only answer for this one is theta equals 180.
मैम P1 में भी ऐसे ही क्वेश्चन आया था कोई.
आपके पेपर में?
जी मैम.
अच्छा.
Sin
उसके
theta
बाद
0
डबल
cos
एंगल
theta 0.
फॉर्मूला नहीं होगा और ये बाकी आइडेंटिटीज नहीं होंगी जो आपने A2 में पढ़ी है, वरना ट्रिग्नोमेट्री का एग्जैक्टली वही सॉल्विंग वही है जो आपने AS में सीखी है. बस अब इसमें नई आइडेंटिटीज थोड़ी सी आ गई हैं और वो भी फॉर्मूला शीट में गिवन. तो कॉन्सेप्ट तो सारा वही है. तो ये एग्जैक्ट कॉन्सेप्ट तो हमने काफी दफा पढ़ा भी हुआ है कि कैंसिलेशन नहीं करनी होती एंड एक्सेट्रा. बहुत दफा हमने डिस्कस किया हुआ. ओके, कॉस का ग्राफ इस तरह का होता है. सो कॉस इज 0 एट ये बीच में 180 हो गया, ये 90 हो गया, और ये 270 हो गया. So cos is 0 at 90 and 270. Again, I have not used the alpha method. You can if you want to, and just relied on the graph, because हमें पता है कि 0 किधर होता है, 1 किधर होता है, -1 किधर होता है from the graph. So I use that. Now, if had you cancelled sin theta and cos theta on both sides, आपके ये तीनों answers ना आते. Okay. Now we move on to the other factor, the other bracket. Let me just confirm यहाँ तक ठीक है. Okay, let's see. Now I'm going to replace cos square theta with 1 minus sine square theta. So 2 times 1 minus sine square theta plus 2 sine theta minus 1 equals 0. So we have minus 2 sine square theta plus 2 sine theta minus 1 plus 2 is plus 3 equals 0. Something has gone wrong. वो -1 था, so this is 1. This is 1. Okay. I'm going to make minus sine square positive, so I'm multiplying both sides with -1. -1 is equals to 0. This is a hidden quadratic equation. Let sine theta equals y. 2y square minus 2y minus 1 is equals to 0. We will have to use the quadratic formula. Y equals minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. I'm still getting my internet connection is unstable. Okay, this gives two answers. 1.36 and minus 0.3666. So sine theta equals 1.36, which by the way will give you no solution when you take sine inverse, because sine is between 1 and -1. It is not greater than 1 ever or less than -1 ever. So you'll get math error. So we write no solution for this one. And for this one, sine theta is equals to negative 0.3666. Theta is equals to, alpha equals sine inverse 0.3666. Let's get 21.4. Sine is negative in the second part, in the third and the fourth part. So this is 21.4 and this is 21.4. So one of our answers is going to be 180 plus 21.4, and the other answer is going to be 360 minus 21.4. Theta equals 180 plus 21.4 and theta equals 360 minus 21.4. 201 0.47 and 38.5. So this is going to be 201.5. These are the two pieces. Okay, do you have any questions? 4 questions are left. Can I give you guys all 4 of them as homework so that tomorrow we start the next chapter after correcting the mistakes if you make any. Tomorrow I would like to start numerical solutions, which is the easiest topic of A2. दे दूं बाकी 4 homework?
जी मैम।
Chalo, ठीक है. Last 4 questions of the worksheet you're going to do as homework. Tomorrow first we'll discuss your problems and then inshallah we'll start the new chapter. All right, take care. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, मैम।